Hello there, good afternoon everybody. Gosh, it's been a busy week, hasn't it, at Sanntangle HQ. I'm hoping you're having a lovely day and the weather's not too bad where you are. A bit foggy here, but not to worry. We've got these lovely bright colours all around us. We've been packing this morning, so some have already gone out. And of course, we're getting our orders out over Monday, Tuesday as well next week. So thank you so much everybody who watched yesterday. And I hope you're going to love the pencils. You are, just as much as I do. And I hope you don't mind about the little shock surprise in the afternoon. I really wanted to keep it secret. It's just nice now and again to have that little surprise. And I really, really appreciate your support. So thank you, everybody. It's been a crazy year at Hobby Maker, hasn't it? And of course, doing more and more classes over here. And it's just been lovely. So, it's all a team. We all are. It's not just me and the cameras, it's me, the cameras, and my team here and all of you as well. So, yeah, we're all in it together. That's how I see it anyway. So, okay, are we ready? And, okay, again, a bit of an apology. Last tile we did 324, and it should have been 323. Sorry about that, bit of a mix-up. So I thought rather than mess about with the last tile, I'll leave it as is. And today we'll go back a little bit and we'll do tile 323. So I hope that's not too confusing. It's just we've switched them around. My apologies. It's just one of them things I forgot. So here we go then. So, okay, I've got a light grey tile. Just going to lift it up a little bit so we can see the whole thing. And yeah, we did quite a quick tile, didn't we, on Tuesday? This one might be just a little bit longer. Oh, Brenda, hello. Yeah, Dobby did it. Dobby actually has still not come back. He's still with Pauline somewhere. I have no idea what they're doing. I think he's been on a bit of a gin binge. So goodness knows what state he'll turn up in. But he will turn up. He always does. All right, are we ready for this then? I think to start with, what I would like to do is to put myself a bit of a pencil drawing in. I want a bit of a circle. If you've got your stencil with you, your essential circle stencil, that might be a good one to sort of work with here. But if you haven't, this is how we're going to create a bit of a circle. Drawing a larger one is a little bit tricky, isn't it? So you see what I'm doing here is I'm putting curves in. Okay, put 4 curves in. Then from there, I can put another one in if I need to. And you see I'm moving the tile rather than my hand. My hand's staying put, really. And it's the tile that's working its way around. We're not going to need this full circle when we've finished. It's just a guide to help us put some marks in where we want them. But yeah, it was a bit of a crazy day yesterday. And I think it was so hilarious. And if you saw at 1 o'clock, Liam going past the screen with his brush. They were all madly trying to clean up behind them. So it was all calm in front of the camera, but behind, everybody was there with brushes and bins and dustpans and all sorts of things. It was really funny. But it's nice. I love how it's so relaxed and chilled out. But yeah, had a great time. So there we go. We've got a bit of a circle there. I want to put one in the middle as well. So here we go. Not too small with it. And I think this one, perfect. And it'll be ready for our little gem colouring, I think. It'd be rude now, we've got pencils, not to put something in, wouldn't it? There we go. Okay, so I've got my little shape there. I'm just going to bring that in. And those of you that came to class at the weekend, just so you know, the pencils weren't here then. You would have seen them. You would have seen them. They weren't here, so I wasn't hiding them from you. They didn't arrive till Monday morning. Okay, there we go. So, first things first then, I'm going to bring in, again, just sort of sticking with pencil for now, so I've got the idea. A bubble, top and bottom. All right. And then I want to add in 2 more either side. So look at the gaps, look at your space. You see, so it's about right. Same sort of thing here. One there, look. And one there. So it's just sort of getting a little bit of an even sort of shape there. So okay, we're going to come in with pen, and first thing is I'm going to draw that bubble in. There we go. And just sort of work that in. Okay, so So you can make decisions and you can change things up until you put pen on, but then that's it. Okay, that's that one done. So I'm also going to draw in these shapes. There we go. And that's the only reason really we needed that sort of bubble, or that circle there. So I'm just going to be careful to not rub out around my pen, because as we know, these pens are quite juicy, and we don't want to, you know, lose that sort of fine. I'll rub those out a little bit later. Okay, so that one's done. Okay, so next thing then, are you ready for this? I'm going to start with any bubble, doesn't matter, and it doesn't really matter which way you go with it, but then everything else is going to follow suit. I'm going to go round this way. So usually I do an S, but no, this way. Oh, Lynn, so pleased. We did have a good time yesterday. You know, even off air, it was people were milling about and it was really busy. And of course, I'd not seen Carla Bagshaw in a long time, so it was lovely to catch up with her. And of course, Debbie Fisher was in the house as well, and I'd not seen her in ages. And then I said hello to Hayley. She was there in the morning too. Oh, Nadia, I'm glad you got them. And I know some of you, if you're certainly in America, you can't order from Hobby Maker. I will get them on my website as soon as. I'm hoping to get that done this weekend. So you can have them as well. There you go. All right, so we've got that. So far, nothing crazy. Few curves, few bubbles. Are you ready for the next bit there? Now, I'm not thinking in the middle, sort of slightly closer to that one, but there you go. Another bubble. You see, it's a little bit closer to that one than it is to that. So if I turn that round, and same again. Turn it round, same again. Turn it round, same again. And around. And I must say, I know we're doing tile swaps, but we did a tile wall when we were at Kent last year. We started it off. If it's something you're interested in, have a search for tile wall, and it's actually up in the green room at Hobby Maker at the minute. So if you actually want to send me a tile for that, if you're not sure, message me or Chris and we'll point in the right direction, and you can have a tile. They're hoping eventually to put it in the studio, so it'll be a wall of tiles, and it looks fabulous. It's looking really good. Everybody over there at the offices is doing one, so it'd be nice for you to sort of get involved. Okay, bubble here. I'm going to come around about halfway. So we've got this little heart going on there, about halfway. And again, about halfway, all the way around. Oh, thank you, Chris, yeah. Because it'd be nice to have everybody's there. I know Mitch Pasco, my apologies, because you sent it your tile ages ago, and it's been in my diary, and I actually put it on the wall yesterday for you, so it's there now, pride of place. So there we go. All right, so there's that then. Okay, so next little bit then, let's have a little look here, what we're going to do with it. I think my first protocol, you see where we've got these two here, where it's sort of coming around? I'm going to draw around the bubble and create a sort of a stopper at the top there. Okay, like that. And then turn it round and another. So it's, if you look, it's sort of not in that heart shape, it's on the other ones there. That's quite a wide one, isn't it? But that's okay. They don't all have to be the same. That's absolutely fine. And along. And around. And around. So we've got that shape. Okay. There you are. So our next little bit then, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a bit of a shape going on here, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to do it in pencil to start with, and I think that'll make everybody a little bit happier, won't it? So what I want to do is coming from the bubble into here, you see I'm going to create like another little line. There. It's going around the bubble just like the others. So again, sort of about halfway, look, around in. And then round again. See, I've still got my pen in hand, look. I've got both of them on the go. But just so we get this and we're happy with what we've done, because we're going to get a bit of interlocking and things. Oh, Vera, I think I've got a few more. I will get them on the website this weekend. I'm not sure if Hobby Maker've still got some. I don't know if they... I don't know where you'd prefer to order from. But there you go. Alright, so we've got that shape. So what I want to do here is I'm going to come out and around and create another. Okay? And another. Just sort of following the curve. Around we go. Okay. Ooh. Turn it around a little bit more. I find if you turn it, and I'm leaving my hands sort of in a similar position all the way through, I'm getting a similar kind of shape. Alright? So, if I look at this one now, you see here, I'm going to follow it through and it's going to go underneath to this point, maybe. See how it works? Yeah. Okay? There it is. So then let's look at this one. Again, around, it's going to go underneath and to that point there. And again, along. You see now with this, if I follow this curve, it's going to take me off here, which is why I did it in pencil. If I bring that up, and I could just make that slight amendment there that gives it that better finish. Oh, Glennis, I know, it's lovely, isn't it, this? So this is why we did it in pencil. See this one, if I follow the curve, it's going where I want it to go, so that's fine. And I know you all like it to be as close as we can. Okay, liking that. So now I'm happy with that. I can come in with my pen and I can put those lines in. There it is. So this one, see, it goes lovely in there, so it follows through. And then along. Oh, Maureen, you've got this. You've absolutely got this. Even if you've got to watch it again and stop me and pause a bit, do them and then move on. And of course, you've had the time, I've given you time in pencil. So you've got that going. You see now that flows easily there to there. And this one. And then along and down. See, that's the one where my curve's a little bit dodgy. So what I could do, see, I can imagine it. So now I know where I'm going with it. And then I can bring it in. So it gives me a nice curve in there. All right. Now these might be different sizes. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's just because these were started at different sizes. So there we go. So I'm going to bring in at this point, I've got my 05 pen, because what I want to do here is I'm going to fill in these sections here. And I want to just sort of come in with pen. Now if you don't want to fill it in completely, that's fine. You can fill it with bubbles. You could put lines in there, whatever you want. Or a brush pen would work well in here as well. So if you've not got your brush pen or a brush pen, you could also do this in coloured pencil or different colours if you want. Lots of options. But today I'm going with the pop. I want the colours in the middle to really pop. So having this sort of border almost, or this frame, is going to help me to do that. Okay, there we are. And the last one. In we go. Alright. So, okay, you see it's not perfectly in the middle, but I don't mind that. And if I wanted to, I could bring my white pen and I could extend this around. I might do that. I'm going to let that dry. I might do that in a short while. But no rush. We've got plenty of time. Okay. Ready for the next bit? Alright then. So I'm going to rub out those bits around the edge now, because you see my pen's pretty dry, so that's okay. But I'm not going to go too close to the middle. There we are. So You know that original bubble that we did? It was only there as a guide. Don't need it anymore. Okay, just rub out away from the black there. I don't want to, you know, risk it. Okay. Oh, it's nice as it is, isn't it? You could leave it like that if you wanted to. But I'm not going to. Alright, I'm going to choose one side. Doesn't matter whether it's the left or the right. But I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to create a row of bubbles. They're going to get a bit bigger as I go down. See, I'm going around them a couple of times. Just redefining that shape. Fill in those little gaps there as I go. And then I can do from the top here. Let's go a little bit bigger so you can see this. I'm coming around. And then I'm going to do like a little aura over the shapes. Okay. Next one. So start with my bubbles. In a couple of times it's just redefining that shape there. There you go. And then let's just fill in. And then around. There you go. Into that little aura. And I'm only doing this on one side. Get rid of those pencil lines. So you see I'm always on the right as I turn around. Now if you find that you've done one on the right, one on the left, not to worry. You could alternate them, or you could decide actually that you're gonna see that one's gonna have a part on. Oh, that's all right. You could do it on both. So don't think, oh, I've gone wrong, I've got to start again. It sort of evolves. They have a little way of their own. Oh, Brenda, yes, absolutely. I would not let my American friends down and not put something on there for you. So yes, I will. Okay, I will do that for you. It'll be definitely this weekend. Yes. For anybody that's ordered from our website from the US for the last couple of days, then I think John's just took all your orders. So they'll be on their way to you. Yay! I know, it's lovely. It's so nice. There we go. And the next one. Again, start with that bubble. It was actually quite nice to get home before John last night, because it was an early finish for me. It was quite nice. Early start, but early finish too. There you go. Alright, put in that little aura in. Let's have a look at that. Oh, Louise, thank you so much. So I hope you don't mind it being a bit of a shock, a bit of a surprise, that. Alright, like that. It's lovely. But we're still going to add to it. I'm going to leave it at this sort of length so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to work on either side of this. And I'm going to stick with my pen here, because I'm going to do as I can start now. Actually, see, I might put a bubble on the top there, just because I can. There you are. Just feel like it needs finishing. If in doubt, put a bubble. There you are. Joanne, yes, I did cook tea last night. Yes, Lynn, the giveaways. Oh, there was Dee Turner won the Diamond Dots, and Joanne, our own Joanne Kutsevich, won the second prize. So we are going through the orders as we speak, and when we find it, we'll put that in. But I did a couple of cards yesterday as well, so I will put those in parcels as well. So there you go. See, so I've done these on either side. Oh, Nadia, I know what you mean. We all need it, all different pencils for different things, don't we? That's what it is. Well, I'll do that line first, because that gives me an even side there. And then here we go. I'll put that in there. And to there. Okay. Actually, I've emailed diamond dots this morning and asked them if there's a possibility that we can get hold of some of those diamond dots, because I don't distribute them at the minute, but it'd be nice if I can get hold of some, because they are fabulous. But we'll see if they get back to me. There you go. All right, so I'm doing these on all of them. So again, look, I'm putting this in first, so I've got the same level all the way around, and then across the shape like such, and then again, and again, that way. I just find it easy that way, so I know what I'm working to, and then along we go. There we are. And the same this way. Looks good, doesn't it? All right. So next little bit then, we've got a couple of things we can do with this. Are you ready for a little bit more mind bending? Let's come in with pencil then, just to be sure. All right. So let's have a look. What I'm going to do is I'm aiming for this corner here. So this corner to this corner. Okay. So if I do it as a curve, slight curve. There you are. See, from there to there. So let's do one here. Imagine the same again, like curve there to there. And you see how it's going underneath that line? And then again, curve to curve. All right. And again, now I know some of them are a different size, but that's fine. We're just going to work with each one as it comes, putting those curves in. There you are. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Can I have hot chocolate, please?
Of course, you're being demanded again.
Hello, thank you, Leslie.
Hi, guys.
Oh, Sue, pens for the diary cover. You need to use a Sharpie and it won't come off. An alcohol marker you could use, but honestly I find the Sharpies a lot better, and they do fine liners, don't they? So that would work brilliantly. There is another pen that you could use, and it works. This is what I use on my cups. It's very difficult to get in the US, so I have to order them via Amazon on America, as this one. There we go. This one will actually draw on your cups, on your ceramics and everything. It was a pretty good one. So I've got a red one, I've got a black one as well. So that, if you want to draw on anything, that is brilliant. But for drawing on your folders, yeah, basic black fine liner Sharpie is fine.
You can get an ultra fine Sharpie.
You can get an ultra fine Sharpie as well.
The other ones.
Okay, all right, so we've got that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that line and I'm going to do an aura there to there. You see, there to there. And then there to there. Okay. And there. There we go. You know, when you build these up and you do these little lines at a time, it's amazing how it then starts to build up, doesn't it? And then again, so we've got all those done. Happy with that? So we're ready now to do another, but straight in with pen. I want to go in this side. Okay. So again, I'm going to go from this corner to this corner. So opposite to what I did there. So along here, there, and it goes under and under. Okay. And then again, let's do the aura while we're there. So this one, look, so there's the point. See, that's the point I need. So I'm going to go from this edge to this edge with a curve underneath each one as I go. And then again. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see. Okay, So here we are. So I did it from there to there last time. So now I'm going to go from there to there in a curve. And each time I'm going to go underneath. Underneath. Okay. And then the next one. Again, just sort of imagine it, but if you prefer, do it in pencil first, and then you can draw across the whole thing. And again, same thing. Long. Doing that little aura. So we've got all of them in there, all done. Okay, oh, have I always miss one? That's just so I know you're watching. Because I know if I missed it, a few of you'd say you've missed it. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my thicker pen. And this centre point here, I'm going to fill that in. Okay, actually, I might fill those in as well. And those. So put that V in the middle. Same with this one.
One hot chocolate, boss.
Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome. Is everybody okay today?
They are, yes.
Good.
We're all here. Recovering from yesterday.
Yeah.
There we go. I know that one's it's a little bit odd, but I don't matter. It doesn't matter. This one. There we are. Filling those in. I'm just going to even that off a bit. Add it to this one. And then this one's quite small, this, but again, it doesn't matter. We didn't want them exactly. If we wanted them exactly, we would have measured them. And we didn't do that, so it doesn't matter. Okay. That one done. Let's have a little look at this. Look at that. Now you see there I've got a little bit of a rough edge. Come back in with my finer pen and just neaten that off a bit. Bring those in, so we've got that. Let's have a look. There it is. See this one, I know it's a little bit narrow, but again, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about that. And go from there. Okay. So, whilst we've got this then, I'm going to now do an aura around the whole thing. So, it doesn't matter where you start. So, around there. Around this shape. Now, some of you find it easier to draw away from you. I'm quite happy to go towards me like this. Around we go. Along. Continue it as we go. Stop and start as you need to. You see I'm not making any of those edges sharp. I'm just going around the shape. Into that. See I'm doing a little bit of a wave there. I'm not trying to do it exactly. Ooh. And then again. Keep working it round. See, it's a little bit of a wave in there. And then around again. I must have thought this started with 6 little bubbles. Okay. So looking at some of my spaces here, see where I've got these little curves? I'm going to come in now and put some little blobs in there so it's a little bit thicker there. In we go. Let's put one there. So I'm not trying to have them all exactly the same in each area. Just sort of filling them in a little bit. Filling, not cracks, but filling in those little gaps there. Okay. And let's do one around there. I'm going to put one on top. I'm going to make one there. Or Linda inks that I used. I used the Creative Expressions Cosmic Shimmer ones. Now there we go. I do have a few upstairs from last week. I'll put them on my website. There's not many colours, but they're fabulous. And of course, they'll have them on Hobby Maker. Okay, got that little aura. So now what I want to do, I'm going to add a couple of little shapes, you know, just to sort of roughen the edges up a little bit. Okay. And see, I've got a little bit of a dip there, so it doesn't matter anymore. We've got these sort of rough edges all the way around. Okay, well, that's aura again. So this time the shape's changed because of those little dimples on there. So we're following round. There we are. All the way around. And working round those shapes as we go. Around, see, just over that bump there. In and around. Following it. And around that one. You see there, it's sort of, it's got sort of a bit cut off, hasn't it? So I'm going to fill that in. There we go, working round that shape. That one's not cut off yet, so I'm going to leave that one. Okay. So this one almost cut off, so let's fill that in. And this one here, look, let's fill that one in. So again, I'm going to add some of these little bumps in. Just sort of wherever you think you want to put one or two. All the way around it. So put one there. And again. So it's quite nice just sort of finding these little gaps just to add little bumps to. And of course, if you've got a little bit of a shaky hand, this kind of tangle's perfect for you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, hello, Sam. Oh, Sam, honestly, whatever works for you. It really doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. Sometimes you'll find things that will be on Hobby Maker before they're on my website. We try and get things out as evenly as we can, so whatever suits you. Okay, see, just sort of now working my way around that shape again. You know, it's giving me a nice sort of wobbly edge. See, this time I'm not, am I going to go in there? I'm going to stop there, and then I can put like a little pool in there. Let's see. And around, along. I'm just going to keep it going. See there, look, I can put another little pool there as well. Around we go. I suppose if you order from Hobby Maker today, you can order the badge as well. So I don't know, if like me, you're collecting the badges. Little pencils, they are nice. Okay, I'm going to fill in a couple more. I'm going to do one more of these little aura sort of shapes. So I'm getting quite close to that edge there. And we did quite a quick one the other day, didn't we? So sometimes it's nice to do one that's got a little bit more involved in it. So just sort of helps take our mind off things just for that little bit longer. Okay. Make Gives you all the chance to catch up, doesn't it, as well? Check your messages. I'm sorry if I don't answer all of them, because if I'm drawing, I can't really see all the messages coming through. So there you go. Sort of following it round. There's no sort of set shape. It sort of works as it works. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a border in just underneath there. Now if you would rather do a straight edge with a ruler, that's fine, go ahead. But they're quite small gaps, so I'm going to come in and draw it in there. I'm going to miss that. There we go. So we've got that. So I've now got a shape within which I can fill in some of these little gaps, and I can add a few here. Let's see where this is going, and then follow the shape around, and again put in some of these little bobbly shapes and draw around, and then again little bobbly shapes. Now depending on how close you've done yours, it depends how many shapes you get in there. Let's say it again. Add some of these little bubbles in, one in there, and around we go. So filling in the corners, and then again drawing in those shapes. So we can put a little pool there, and there we go. And same as before, filling that in. Okay. Next one. Okay. And in there. Okay. And round we go. Okay. So working there. And just sort of work it round and again. There we go. This is a really nice one, isn't it? Because you don't know how it's going to end up. We've got the technical bit in the middle, but once you've got that, this is a case of filling bits in as you go and not really planning out how it's going to be. Okay, just bring that in there. You see how again I'm not looking at what's been before, I'm just looking at the space that I've got and putting in my own little lumps and bumps there. And bringing it through and round. And again, filling those areas in. Having some of those little bumps coming out again and working it round. And see this one, it's a little bit big to do a full colour, so I'm going to do, so let's have a look at that. Alright, so it's quite busy, and that's something we don't do a lot of, isn't it? We don't always do busy. Just one more thing with the pen, and we're going to come in with some shading. Here we go. I'm going to use my 05. And I'm going to choose, see where we've got these points? I'm going to choose this side here. I'm going to come in and I'm going to thicken that line up there. And the same on that side. You see? And then the same across the top. Across the top. And then the next one, Same again, let's thicken up that inside line and that top edge. So across the top. And there. And there. And there. And oh, that one, and along there. So we're just sort of giving it a little bit more weight, so we can see that that sort of goes in and underneath there. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my regular pencil now. Let's do a little bit of shading. Okay. So I'm going to leave this because this is going to be done in colour. First of all, then let's focus on these areas here. So I'm going to add in a little bit of pencil either side there. Let's go a bit bigger now so you can see where I'm working to. Okay, inside these little triangles. All the way around. And in there. And in there. So far, so good. So looking then at the next bit, see where this goes underneath? I'm going to put some in there. So it goes underneath. Put some in there. And the next one, let's follow that through. There we go. So it's by these sort of odd shaped ones. And there. So across the top here, I'm going to add just a little bit. Just to give that a bit of dimension too. And then where we did this thicker line, oh Wendy, a little bit of pencil underneath. See, just sort of adding a bit. I'm not worried about what's underneath it. Just sort of works its way around. In we go. Okay. So it's just going to move out a little bit. There you go. So I'm going to work around that shape. You know the first line that we did? So it might take a little bit of following, but you've got this. Take your time. And add some pencil around that shape. A little bit of focus on this. So once you've got that first little bit, you can then say, right, I've got it, know where I am, and focus and follow it round. Okay. Just sort of keeping it outside of that design there. And we go around. I've gone in a bit there, don't want that. What's it, class? And Sue Richmond gave me a little pencil rubber actually that I should use. It's nice and fine. Okay. And do the same, just in the corners. So we can blend that out a little bit. And again, you notice I've not shaded any of the bubbles because I'm going to do that with pencil. If you want to do them with pencil, a little highlight in all of them, but I'm going to do that with colours. First of all though, let's get this blended out. So in with the tortillon. And starting with my inner triangles, again, let's go a little bit bigger. Just ever so gently draw in or soften those little triangles. See, immediately you start getting that little bit of depth, don't you? This is where it hopefully is going to all come together. I think I am going to bring a white gel pen in a short while as well. So on this bit here, just sort of push it out along that piece there. And then here I'm just going to soften the top a little bit. And then there, just gently soften it out. So you can do sort of all of them in one go rather than do one bit and come round. You can do it all as we go. I didn't put my pencil line in that one. It doesn't matter because there's plenty of motifs on there. It will allow me to add a little bit of extra graphite if I need to. So, same again, look. A bit there, bringing it up, do it inside, and then around on that shape. Into that bit, along, around there. Oh, Nadia, I know, but you know, it's a lot of lines today, a lot of focus, but it's nice to do these now and again. It's a bit of a challenge going over and under all the time, but I think it'll work out quite well. It's so nice to do it now and again. And when you think this is a challenge, you should have been here at the weekend. You saw the artwork that we got through. Yeah, it's pretty good. Everybody's done a fantastic job. So I'm now working around that outside shape with circles. I'm seeing there now. I should actually, do I have it? Yeah, see, I've got a little pencil rubber loop. There we go. Where did I see? I now missed my bit. Just rub out that bit there on the edge. Doesn't matter if it goes in a little bit. It's part and parcel of it. This is really dressing for what we're going to bring with the coloured pencils anyways. It just wants a bit of shadowing. It just wants to bring that front section out. So here, look, I'm just going to work in the corners. Merge that blending in there. Keeping my outer border clean. Okay. There we go. So we see now we've got this lovely sort of shape within. This is sort of disappeared to the back a little bit. I'm just going to bring my white gel pen in. Because remember these lines here? I want to extend them so they go almost into that bubble. Let's go a bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing there. Okay, just taking it into that bubble. There we are, just sort of dotting it in. Okay, this one's lost its way there, and then that one again. Okay, just sort of cleans that up a bit. If I've gone in a bit thick like that, I can come back in with my black pen. I'm just going to let it dry. But first thing there is colours. So what colours to use? Goodness me, I think it's got to be Sanntangle Red, hasn't it? Let's bring that one in first of all. So around the centre bit here, bring that colour in. Give it a little bit, just like a moon shape almost. Just bring it round a little bit. And while I'm at it, I'm going to do the same with these. Okay. Just these outer ones for now. And then I've got my bright red. This one next. And again, just going to work over the top of most of it. See, I'm going to leave the outer edge over the top. And again, see, I'm not being particularly neat at this stage. Just keep it nice and light in there. Sort of same here. I can go a little bit heavy with these because we're not going to have as much detail. Of course, if you need a little bit more of a hand, you could always go over this first with an alcohol marker. This is my clementine. Again, see, going over. It's getting a little bit closer to the edge there. And then around here, I'm going to sort of finish the outer bubbles with that clementine there. You see, I'm not worried about if I've got a complete white mark there. I can go in with a gel pen. Yeah. And then I'm going to bring that orange in. There's a little highlight on all of those too now. There we go. Putting that. But if you're doing this with regular pencil, then you put your highlight and use your tortillon to push that out. So a little bit of yellow in there. See, I'm leaving a gap in there. It's almost like it's all working towards that white area. And again, just gonna add a little bit. It's quite small though, so you can add a little bit of that yellow in, and that'll be all it needs. See, hardly really touching them, just giving them that little bit of colour in there. Some more white. I'll bring that in. You see already, let's have a look at that. You see what's happening? It's starting to burnish around. You see, and blend those colours together. See? So I don't want it there. So let's go back with that dark one and draw in a darker ledge around the outside there. There you go. See, just sort of like feather the edge and into the next colour, the red. You see, working them together. Getting a little bit lighter as I work my way in towards the colour there. And my orange. Okay, so at this point you see those sort of bits of tile underneath starting to disappear now. We're just building colour. And the white. Same again, just sort of work it round. I'm just going to come back in with that darker red, just very lightly build that colour around it. And then the last thing to do, I suppose, is you choose purple or the blue. My blue here, I'm coming over the top. Just put a little bit of blue in there. Hang on a second. There you go. See, you can do that on those as well. And then if I use my brighter red, I'm just going to go over the top of it. Okay. And work that in. Again, just down the orange a little bit. And then with my yellow. And with the white. You see, it builds up as layers rather than trying to do it all in one go. Okay, let's have a little look at that. Okay, so I'm just going to come back in with that black pen. You know where I, okay, let's go a little bit bigger. Where I'd got my white there, I'm just going to neaten that up. I'm going to draw that bubble back in there, just to redefine. So I'm just right on the edge of those pencils. I'm just neatening up wherever it needs to be. Because that's, of course, where the eye's going to go mostly. Okay, see? Let's put that bit in there. Okay. And let's just neaten that bit up. I'm coming back in with my white gel pen. just gonna make sure they're touching, and then on this side here, kind of add a little bit of a highlight there. You do that on those too, just a little bit. And of course, if you feel that you've missed out on the white, just having that little touch there. Have a look at that. See, look at that. Let's go out a little bit. So your gem in the middle. If you want to go a little bit further with your gem, you could bring your black in. I'd perhaps do this before the white highlights and just add a little bit of a crackle in there. Less is more. Less is more with that. I'm just sort of coming with my red and just work it out a little bit. And that is as much as I want to do with that. So here we go. There's our tile. It's a little bit longer. Just want to do a little one there. Just sort of on that other side. Bit of red over. There we go. Job done. So last thing to do, bit of a signage off. Sign it wherever you like, whatever you want to do. You can even come in and, oh, let's do it. Add a little dots there. See, that's nice. Put that up there. You can just keep going and going, you know. You could do this with gel pen, couldn't you? All sorts. There you go, like that. So, that one is going in there. Initials done, and there it is, our tile for today, all done and sorted. So have fun with it. I'd love to sort of see how you're going to get on with it and what you get up to in terms of crisscrossing and all the rest of it. But have fun. That's all that matters. Just have fun with it. So if I don't see you, next time it's going to be Sunday. We do the block for the quilt on Sanntangle on Sunday at 3 o'clock. So if you're doing that one, I'll see you there for that. If not, I will see you back here on Tuesday for our next tile at 2 o'clock as usual. So have a lovely weekend, everybody, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.